I need you to sell me the benefits of helping non-hearing people as a hearing person. So I'm the white person, you're representing black people. The leadership of the country, when they supposedly ended apartheid with the National Party, came up with a concept called Black Economic Empowerment.
For sure.
The idea was to say, as a white-owned business, you will not access certain opportunities, you will not get funding unless you have black people on your board, black employees, etc. Of course, there are points, be for disability, do you have someone who's disabled on a wheelchair, etc. So there's those little points. Now, many of us are like, no, big, rich white people must do those things. But to a hearing person, how does it benefit me? Because we're selfish beings. How can you sell it to me that I must take out my 100 Rand? I can hear. I don't have any family member who is in the deaf community. Why must I contribute 100 Rand and how does it benefit me? I know it's a bit unfair because...
It's such an unfair question.
Yeah.
Because it's saying, how do I benefit by helping umuntu wheelchair?
Yes.
How do I benefit by, helping umuntu? Or I mean, what do I have to gain from that? Nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, what are you going to gain if usotoke kuzongisiza ngani ukusiza wena?
Can I try?
Yeah, try.
So one of the things you said last time, I think you said 5 million might be the number. 4 million of the community.
4 million plus, yes.
And I said we're missing out on a huge market. And if ever, I guess similar to black people, if we teach all these black people English, we can now sell them stuff. We can employ them kind of situation. So if we can...
The biggest group esebenza kwama-farm don't speak English. I'm saying the biggest group esebenza kwama-farm
doesn't speak English.
Don't speak English.
The colours that speak Afrikaans.
They speak Afrikaans, they speak Isizulu, they speak what, and then we are sold ukuthi uma ukhuluma English, therefore you should have sebenza officer. But I'm just saying, mayini isingisi asikho.
Sure. My point is I'm just trying to sell, right? I'm trying to sell to the hearing community. Guys, there's a sleeping giant. There are people you can sell to. There are people that can work for you. I think we have to speak about education. That's important. But part of what we're missing out on education is we focus so much on reading, writing, cramming. And there are kids that are differently abled. And by differently abled, I'm not saying disabled. I'm saying there are kids who are good with their legs, with their hands. Does the child need to know how to speak if they can paint? Does the child need to... And even the schools for non-hearing, you might be, and many others might want the children to learn maths and science and be included. I might be like, but these kids can paint and draw and make things. Can we not be focusing there and creating factories? And maybe this becomes the benefit, and it's not good. But I need to be speaking to privileged people. I would say maybe deaf people are cheaper for the labor.
Oh my gosh.
And in that way, deaf people now have funds that they can then start pushing. And you're like, the deaf community, the deaf labor union is saying they'd like higher pay. And you're like, oh, who are they? They exist. They wouldn't have existed if we didn't bring them in at some point. Because now we're just completely keeping them out. And this is just a stupid example. But looking around how hearing people can benefit from helping non-hearing, either through tax benefits, getting government to say every person who donates to this fund, every person who learns sign language, the deaf community is committed to help in this way, or to host these things, or the deaf community makes artworks that they gift the hearing that donate to them, or they sell artwork, just something. Because I can tell you now, this is one of the issues I have sitting with Abelung. White people will not do anything beyond their comfort for black people. And it's either you're threatening them, shouting at them, threatening to maybe withhold money, which we're hearing now the non-hearing community may not have as much. But how do we, those of us who are sympathetic and hearing, get other hearing people to be like, hey, help these people. But what am I going to do with a deaf person? Oh, by the way, these are the things you can do. These are the benefits. This is the funding you can get. Siyazi in our heads. This person sounds like they're winning, but we're actually doing it for the community.
This is an extreme example. What do we benefit by helping people in Gaza, apart from it's a basic human right?
Must I try answer? Or I know it's rhetorical.
Yes.
I know it's rhetorical, but I can try answer. Because maybe this will help you and other people.
Okay.
Palestine was a huge ally of the ANC government and others fighting against apartheid. So this is almost a return favor. That's largely what it is. So Tina, we don't know. The normal young South African, why do we care about Gaza? It's not. We've been co-opted because someone's friend helped someone at some point. So why do you care? Because your dad is not hearing, as an example.
For sure.
So,
but also it's just basic human right. Like, why do I care if someone uyabulawa or someone ubanjwe inkunzi out of...
But people don't.
Most people care.
They don't.
Hayi Penwell ngeke. Ngeke. It's true.
You say
Stu and Bob. You mean you're saying, okay, I'm sure there's a small pocket of people who don't care.
Let me put it in context of what we're speaking about. You're asking a person who hlala KwaZulu eNquthu to please contribute 100 rand a month to the killings in the Cape Flats. They don't care. They will not put 100 rand in. They'll be like, shame. Hey, guys, in the Cape Flats. But they'll do nothing. They'll maybe change their profile picture, pray for Cape Flats, pray for Gaza, pray for France. But in reality...
It's such a scary world.
No, but it's the world we live in.
No, for sure.
The conversation we're having is me saying to you, you're in the Cape Flats or you know someone, get me, convince me, or let's figure out a way to convince people in KZN to be like, guys...
There are people who are starving, there are people who've lost their homes and You're not going to care to contribute to that.
People don't care. They don't contribute. And there will be humanitarians, but look, this is part of the argument.
For sure.
The people that help, the NPOs, they get funding from corporate. Corporate gets tax benefits. The volunteers maybe get to travel for free. It's nice for networking. Those become benefits. It's like, guys, if you part of the deaf community, you get a sticker. If you get the sticker, you get Vitality Awards and you get free movie. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
How do you get white people, the hearing privileged us, to contribute, to be like, I hate this thing, but all the kids say it's cool. We'll celebrate Halloween with our kids, but we won't celebrate, let's say, like a deaf day. And it's like, on this day, everyone signs, and the reason we do it is because we get free this from government. Or the kids all, they think it's so cool because like no one's meant to, we're all signing today. And how do we get hearing people to jump in and be involved? That's all I'm asking. And I know, like I said, it's unfair, but it's something that I'm almost throwing into the universe to challenge us to be involved.
I guess then people have to answer that.
We'll think about it.
Because for me, I mean, clearly, Emhlaben is funny.
Yes, you have a big heart and you're caring.
And that's okay. And I wear that with a big badge. It's a basic human right. It's not that I'm waiting for Umlungu to acknowledge Isizulu.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Umlungu to acknowledge Ubmina Bam. I acknowledge it. It's my basic linguistic right to speak Isizulu or to speak South African Sign Language. So I'm not waiting for someone's permission, but I would appreciate an opportunity because it's a basic human right, so that if we're giving Isizulu opportunity, sign language should also be given the same opportunity because it has an official status. Yeah. And there are laws, there are acts that govern and protect languages. So it's not a favor to say, sign language must do in South African Sign Language. It's a linguistic right. It's an official language in South Africa. It was declared by the president that it's an official language. Therefore, there are certain things that must go into promoting the language and making sure that the language is on the same par as any other spoken language. Oh. It's not even a favor, no. If we're putting funding on we Afrikaans and we're putting funding with Sizulu, putting funding with Shivenda, let's put funding with Sandang. It's a right.